What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. Another little news video today. I have a football video, but keeps getting pushed back. I guess that's going to be a Saturday video about Jalen Hurts stuff, but that has to wait because the news keeps on coming this week. Fanatics announced it has hired Nick Bell from Snapchat to CEO a new live stream shopping experience. Basically, what that means is hello, whatnot, eBay Live, Drip, Card Shop Live. We are coming for your lunch. This has been talked about for a while. I've done previous videos on this. There was job postings for this months ago in various shapes and sizes, but this just goes back into the whole Fanatics wants to control everything and have their piece in the get their piece of the entire pie. They're going to make the cards. They're going to sell them to somebody else, get that percentage. That person's going to sell them to somebody else. They're going to take a percentage of that. Then that person is going to sell them to someone else. They're going to want a percentage of that. Basically, every time a trading card transacts, they're going to try to get some percentage of that sale. Hi, we make the cards. Hi, you sell them on our platform. A collector buys them. They want to resell them, and then we will encourage you to sell them on our platform that eventually comes up probably later down the road, some eBay competitor or something along those lines. But that's way in the future. Right now, we're talking about live streaming. And it's kind of funny how we have kind of circled all the way back to when we were, at least when I was a kid, watching QVC, watching Home Shopping Network, how that has now kind of become the way a lot of people buy collectibles. I mean, this is not just limited to sports cards. Whatnot got big on the back of Funko Pops. They do comic books, cards, obviously, as well. And it's just funny to kind of see us go all the way back to this live shopping experience. Personally, I've never been a huge fan. For me, it's more about the time investment. I just want to look up what I want to buy, click the button, and have it sent to me. I don't want to sit through a live stream. I do watch some live sales. I watch A1 Comics. They do bi-weekly claim sales for comic books that I do check out. If I, happen to be sitting around, I'll pull it up on my phone while I'm watching a Cavs game or something. But this is clearly going after whatnot space. And they're going to have a massive edge. There's been rumors about them potentially signing people to exclusive deals and all that stuff. Has it happened already? Is it going to happen? Here's the thing. Fanatics makes the product. So they ultimately control everything. Right now, it's just baseball product and a few other things. But eventually, it's going to be everything. Assuming nothing happens beforehand, by 2026, they will have the rights to all the major sports. So if you want to break product, you are going to be highly incentivized, is my guess, to break on their platform. They are the ones selling it. If they sell directly to you and you break on their platform, maybe they give you some sort of price incentive or some sort of other incentive. We'll give you prominent placement, or you're the exclusive person that gets to break national treasures for the first 6 hours. Who knows? There's all sorts of things that they could do. But that gives them a major edge over anybody else. Because if you are a freelance breaker, let's just call it for lack of a better term, you're off doing your own thing on YouTube, Twitch, IG Live, whatnot, Drip, whatever. You have to get your cards from somewhere. And if you're buying directly from Fanatics, they could say, sure, your case of Top Series 1's $1,000. If you break with us, your case of Top Series 1 is $700. And I'm just making up numbers here for the sake of argument. Because here's the other thing that's probably going to happen. The distributors that were previously getting lots of product from Fanatics to then flip to a lot of the breakers are also probably going to continue to get cut out of the inner circle as things continue to progress onward. I do think distribution is still going to hang around for the retail side. So getting cases of blaster boxes and mega boxes and cello packs out to Walmarts and Targets and gas stations and this, that, and the other thing, I think they will still use a third-party distributor for that. But if you're an LCS, or if you are a breaker, or whatever your situation is, they are probably going to go after you to set up an account direct with Fanatics and cut the distributors out of that piece of the pie. Once again, it puts more money in Fanatics' hands by cutting them out and streamlines the entire process, and it also gives them more control if they want it. But that'll be the big advantage. If you break on their platform, maybe you get price increases or price decreases or price breaks rather when you purchase direct from Fanatics. That's going to allow you to price your breaks cheaper than anybody else's. And that's that. Or they could go the nuclear option and say, if you don't break with us, you just don't get a direct account. Done. Cool. You're a breaker. You have to exclusively break on our platform under our rules. And if you don't want to do that, go find your product somewhere else. Buy it on a secondary market, buy it from a distributor, whatever the case might be. But at that point, once again, you're going to be paying an inflated price, which you're going to have to pass on to your buyers or viewers or shoppers. Whereas the people breaking on Fanatics aren't going to have that extra built-in pricing structure, which is going to allow them to price cheaper than you, and that will matter in the long run. Plus, I'm sure they'll have a whole blown out thing, make things nice and easy. It will be intriguing also to see what sort of rules they end up putting in place around breaking if someone does something weird or shady or doesn't ship a card like they're supposed to. I've heard lots of issues on Whatnot with, people getting cards in breaks and then the breakers not sending them and just keeping them and then getting a refund directly from Whatnot. If stuff like that happens on Fanatics, are they going to let that fly? If you mess up, do you get like so many strikes and you're out? And then you're out of the program, like you're kicked out, kind of like, I'll compare it to like YouTube partner program for YouTube content creators. Like we have rules we have to follow. And if we don't follow them, we can get account strikes for various different reasons. And if that happens, you get kicked out of the YouTube partner program and you can no longer monetize. And it's, from what I have been told, it is a nightmare to get back in again once you get kicked out. And it's nearly impossible to crack that code again once you get booted out. Could it be something set up like that? So you have to be on your best behavior, because if you're doing it under the Fanatics umbrella, you're not going to be able to do a bunch of nonsense and have that fly. They're going to crack down on you. I hope anyway. They're not going to want a bad customer experience when you're under the Fanatics brand versus, you're out doing your own thing on YouTube, Facebook Live or Whatnot, or whatever the case might be. We are continuing down this path that there are certain people that should be extremely worried about what their future looks like in this space. If I'm a breaker, I would be concerned, and I would be obviously trying to get under this umbrella depending on what the terms look like. If I am a distributor, I am probably sweating bullets. And if I am an old school LCS, I would be concerned as well. There's been plenty of rumors floating around all over the place about them wanting to partner and pair up with a more modern styled card shop. I always use the example of what Ryan's done with Card Collector 2 down in Columbus, Andy at Indie Card Exchange, 101 up in Cleveland. Those are shops that I'm familiar with in my local region. There's a bunch of other ones too. But those more modern styled stores, not the one that you go in that there's just chaos everywhere and there's a guy in the back with a Beckett, smoking 3 packs a day. Those are the kinds of places that I would be concerned about. I think it was Sports Card Radio had mentioned somewhere that they're going to want these things looking like boutique sneaker shops. Clean, nice, organized, inviting, friendly. That's the thing that they're going for. And data. They're going to capture data on everything. All the purchases that you make, where you sell, what you buy, where you flip at, who you collect, what you collect. They're going to want to know all that information. What kind of product an individual shop's moving, how much they move, what sells better, what times a year, all that they're going to want. They're going to want all that data so they can pump it into their algorithms and come up with some stuff. So interesting times ahead. We will see where things go as we kind of move throughout. This is supposed to launch the second half of 2023. So that's really not that far from now. We're already in February. I'm going to guess we probably see a lot of announcements about this around the national time. Maybe it even launches at the national. And it says its primary focus early on will specifically be breaking. So what does this mean for the future of Whatnot and some of the other smaller platforms? Whatnot's been around forever, so they'll probably be fine in the long run. Some of the other ones might take a much larger hit. we'll see. We will see how this all plays out. Interesting times ahead. As always, curious for your thoughts and comments down below. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.